All right. Welcome.
We just really made it weird. Did you notice that? We just picked up our
coffees at the same time. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers, bud.
To episode number 6. Flip the Street or Make It Weird. Thank you to all of our listeners that continue to return. Mom, Dad, Nana.
Right.
And a few others out there.
Yeah.
Cheers to you.
We're growing.
Yeah. You can like and follow us, and we appreciate it if you do, on our Facebook page, our Instagram page. The other day, so my dad was, he was saying, "Oh man, we just listened to such and such episode. We watched it on YouTube, so we gave it a like on there." Now he's like, and I said, "Oh, cool, give us a like here and give us a like there."
Right.
It's like, he's like, whoa, calm down here.
TikTok.
Like, how do I do this? It's like, so if I give a like on YouTube, it doesn't give a like. I said, no, it only likes on YouTube, not on the other places. And he's like, well, you're out of luck on that. But no.
Got some more work to do, Pops.
But that is a good reminder. Like, you can listen to us wherever. And he's like, wait, I can listen to just an audio version where I'm in the car. Said, you can do that. So
don't have to look at you.
Yeah, exactly. That was an option. From day one? Yeah, that is. That's an option. How are you this morning, Flip? How are you doing?
I'm good. I actually got a little bit of sleep last night and feeling a little frisky today.
Oh, man. Wow. I mean, that's...
Look out.
It's a really, really rare occurrence when Flip wakes up and says, "Hey, I got sleep last night and I'm feeling good." Like, that doesn't happen that often. So
I know. It's a rare occasion. Not a lot hurts. I'm not super stressed out. My heart rate's about 70 right now, so it's not in triple digits.
Yeah,
we're good.
You're pretty good right now.
It's a good day.
All right. Well, let's capitalize on that and let's get right into some of the good news that's going on today. Let's start with good news. What's happening?
I remember growing up. Did you ever have Beanie Babies, or was that more like a girly thing, I guess, maybe?
I think we had some. I think we had some Beanie Babies for sure.
I remember that was like our retirement plan.
Yeah.
Right? You remember growing up, they were like, oh, these are going to be worth a lot of money one day. They're going to be worth so much money. And I mean, there's some, like the Princess Diana one is still really valuable, and a few other ones and stuff like that. But Pokemon cards. Did you ever have Pokemon cards?
I never got into Pokemon cards, but the boys are big into Pokemon cards, and they've had some for a long time.
So I was like
the
biggest tomboy.
Millions? I hope so.
And some of them are. I was like the biggest tomboy. I had like the little catalog, with some of the Pokemon cards in there.
Yeah, the boys have that.
And some guys, you might want to check their Pokemon cards before they do, because some guy on TikTok just dusted off his old Pokemon collection and found out it's worth at least $5,000. Possibly a whole bunch more.
So you're saying Bobby might be able to not stop saving for his new car, and he just may be able to sell his Pokemon and
just go sell them on eBay or something, because his mom... She kept buying them for him, even as he got older and didn't really care about them anymore. And she just stopped only 3-4 years ago or something like that. But he's looking back through these. I was like, wow, okay, this one's worth $600. Oh, wow, this one's worth $400.
Jeez.
And so maybe, I guess there's a website or something that you can go on to check the value of them and everything. But I would give those a little peekaboo, and I hate myself for getting rid of mine.
I will, and I hate myself for not getting into that and instead getting into Star Trek because I was a nerd. Star Trek had a trading game, like kind of like Pokemon cards and Magic cards and stuff. They had one too, and that's what I got into with my brother. And I don't think those were ever worth anything. I don't know. I hope they weren't, because I don't have them anymore.
It's like the Disney. Remember, like the Disney VHS tapes that I just gave to Goodwill, and now they're like, I found out a couple of years after that, they're like, oh, you could have got thousands of dollars for that Beauty and the Beast VHS
if it was in pristine condition. And I don't know about. It's like all I know about the VHS is like that came out of our house when we were kids. I mean, we had all those too, and I don't know if Mom still has them, but if they are, they're not in good shape.
No,
we didn't take care of them. We didn't expect at that point for them to later be
right. 40 years down the road, these are going to be worth thousands of dollars.
In every single one of those videos, there's a spot that you have to. What would you like? The tracking would go crazy. You remember that? Like the tracking on the VHS tapes, and like you just have to either fast forward through it or you just have to wait it out.
Deal with it.
Yeah, deal with it for a few minutes. I mean, they're not in great shape either way.
No.
But I
not
think
in
the
great
ones
shape.
that are selling for thousands of dollars like that are in like pristine condition with the original case and all that kind of stuff. So
not in my house. You're not going to find much in pristine condition.
But that is an important thing because there are still people that aren't fully aware of that or that just don't care. I mean,
know.
And they'll just put it out to Goodwill or put it out at the trash or something. It's like, so you always got to keep your eye open.
Yeah.
Keep it in the back of your mind. Like, hey, some of these things are worth a lot of money.
I know. But don't take it overboard. Like some of my family members have been known to do and be like, oh, this could be worth a lot of money one day. Or I might use this in 17 years.
And then you become a hoarder. And that's a big different thing. That's
and
a big
then you
different
become
thing.
a TLC reality show. Let's not do that.
It's a slippery slope, and it's hard to regain traction after you start sliding down. But that does remind me of when, talking about people just throw stuff out. I told you about how I got all those Louis Vuitton bags, right?
Louis Vuitton bags.
Yeah, Louis Vuitton bags. Because some people, they just don't care, and that's what I say. Watch people's, not watch people's trash. I don't think that's the message here, but
that's maybe not the best advice to take.
Not the best. But neighbors, I am watching.
Right.
When my brother, his neighbor sadly passed away years ago. This is 20 years ago. And he and the neighbor's family were very wealthy. And so they just came and cleared everything out and just put it at the curb for trash.
Yeah.
Everything. Didn't look through anything. And so nothing. Didn't look through anything.
Oh.
And so one of I think it was my uncle's like, man, did you see all this stuff? Like, there's all kinds of cool electronics. Like, I mean, you should take a look. I was like, okay. He said, there's tons of video game consoles. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Because I'm like, I'm 15, 16 years old at the time. I'm like, sweet. Yeah. So I go down there.
PlayStation 1?
Yeah, so I go down there and they're like, yeah, it's all trash. Like, whatever you want. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And so I was looking through like N64, Sega, Nintendo, like all these things. And I swear, and I had no idea what Louis Vuitton was. I'm 16 years old. I was like, I need something to carry all my video games in. So in the same trash pile, there's all this luggage and bags, and I start tossing all the video games into them. It wasn't until about 10 years later, I'm still carrying around all these video game sets in these Louis Vuitton full luggage set. And one of my new acquaintances that I had started a new job by that point at a radio station, and one of my coworkers was like, "Why do you have all these Louis Vuitton bags?" Right. And he's like, "Are these real?" And I said, "I don't even know what that is. I don't know what Louis Vuitton is."
Are you in a drug cartel now or something?
That's exactly. Yeah, he's like, "What is happening right now?
What kind of double life are you living?"
So he knew a lot about that. He helped me look it all up, and they were all real. They were, worth.
They weren't dupes.
They were not dupes. They were all legit Louis Vuittons. And so he helped me get out eBay at the time, and we sold all of them, and it was like $5,000 worth of Louis Vuitton bags that we had sold.
Oh my gosh!
From this person's trash. It's pretty crazy. It was pretty crazy.
Wow.
And I went on a cruise.
eBay doesn't get a lot of credit anymore these days.
It doesn't.
For just like the random stuff, because Amazon's pretty much taken over. You can get 2-day Prime shipping and stuff like that.
That's right.
But eBay's got some really neat, unique stuff, kind of like, the Pokemon cards and stuff like that. Like if you're a big collector of stuff like that, it's definitely a place to still keep an eye on.
It's got weird things. Like if you're looking for, you're like, oh my gosh, I have a 1989 something, and I need a matching piece to it. Yeah. You can go to eBay and probably find it.
Yeah, I've gotten like replacement keys because I keep losing the key for my safe. I get replacement keys on the safe there, and just like different random things that you can't hardly find anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's really great. So eBay, if you're listening, we are accepting sponsorships for the podcast.
Yeah.
So please email us.
Sell all your stuff that you have that you have no idea what it is. It's a great way to make that. Sell your kids' Pokemon cards on eBay.
That's right.
That could be our sponsor. Yeah. Sell all of your kids' stuff on eBay.
Right.
That's how I'm practicing.
Your new retirement plan.
Yeah. So was that all the good news? That's the good news. Basically, the good news is Pokemon could be worth a lot of money, so sell your kids' Pokemon.
Pokemon could. Yeah. So go through your kids' stuff.
Okay.
Right. And instead of throwing it all away like I normally do, make sure to look at it. It could be worth something.
Perfect. Oh, that's a great. I love it. I love it. So we were talking about just kind of things that you said you're having a good day, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to see if there's a moment before we get into that. So Florida, that I can just share a weird thing that happened to us this week. To our family. This is strange. This is like, do you like weird, like true crime podcasts?
I like
and
true
stuff,
crime.
Right?
Yeah, like Mr. Ballin.
Yeah, you like all that kind of stuff. Well,
I do.
Maybe this is the beginning of one. I don't know. I haven't told you this yet, but so we went out on a bike ride.
Okay.
In
exercising. That's your first mistake.
I know, it's the first mistake.
Ahead. Yeah, it's how they all start.
And
I was jogging in the woods.
Yeah.
Bam, a murderer.
And so, no, it wasn't a murder or anything like that, but we were biking, going on a bike ride, and I see something laying kind of in the grass, and by the
it's a trap. It's a trap.
I know. Maybe
No.
so.
No.
And it was a cell phone. It was a cell phone there, and so I grab it and I'm like, oh, looks like,
God, you are the first person that dies in these horror movies. Lord.
I know.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Look at this phone that's just randomly sitting in the middle of the woods. Let me go take a look at it.
It wasn't in the middle of the woods. It was on the side of a road, which I thought could have flown off somebody's car.
Not much better, but okay.
It could have, you know what I mean? Like we're on a bike trail kind of on the sidewalk of a road, and it was kind of sitting, sort of between the two, a little bit on the bike trail. But anyway, so it was, so I pick it up and I was like, well, maybe we can find out, get it back to its rightful owner.
Yeah,
but anyway, yeah, I know, right? So
God, I would have just left it.
Well, yeah, that's probably been the easiest thing to do.
I like my life. I like to live.
But I like to try and be helpful.
Yeah,
we like to try and be helpful.
But that usually gets you killed sometimes, especially in situations like this.
I don't know about that.
There's a time and place to be helpful, and in the middle of the woods on a bike ride ain't it.
Stop saying we were in the middle of the woods. We weren't in the middle of the woods.
Okay, a clearing in the woods.
And by the way, I would be very helpful if I were in the middle of the woods too, and somebody needed help.
Yeah. You need me to get in this blue tarp and roll? Okay.
Look, if that could be of service to them,
get in your trunk.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
It is weird.
Seems roomy.
That is strange, but maybe they need to test out the size of the trunk, that way they're trying to list their car on eBay and they don't know how to describe the size of the trunk, and they say, "Oh, look, a full-length human body can fit in the trunk."
Right.
And and they say, and if you happen, also a tarp, a full-size blue tarp could fit in the trunk. That's an easy way to describe. Because if you say, "Hey, look, I've got a huge trunk that can fit blah blah blah," people are like, I can't relate to that.
Right.
I can't see it. You don't see size in pictures.
Yeah.
But if you say, "Look at this picture of this human 6 foot. This guy's 6'2", and he's got a full-size blue tarp wrapped around him, and he's in the trunk." See, that would be very helpful.
Yeah. Murderycars.com.
Murdery.
It's one of the filters that you can add on there.
Oh.
Can it fit
a
full-length human body?
Human body in there. Is that are we looking for sponsors for that too, or is that are we drawing the line at murderycars.com?
There's even I have some kind of morals.
Okay.
I'm like, no. All
right. Okay.
Hard line.
We'll pass on that.
Right,
sorry. They were their team was just about to reach out to us.
I know. Sorry.
No, so let me finish. So anyway, it wasn't. So I don't know what's going on, but anyway, it turns out the phone did belong to somebody that had passed away. And there was a police investigation.
That was murdered at that spot?
No, we don't know what happened. No, not at that. That's what's strange. So the strange thing is, so it belongs to somebody that passed away. There was an investigation going on. That's all I know about it. But they were like, but the cell phone was turned up in a very strange place. It was not anywhere near where this person passed
because
away.
They probably took the phone and took it somewhere else.
I don't know.
That it wouldn't, like location wise, they could ping that phone and see where the phone was.
There's a lot of theories.
Yeah.
I don't know what the theory is. I don't know. But it didn't. The thing is, it's a strange story. So anyway, when I can find out more, or if I can, I'll.
It's like, are
I'll
you even
follow
supposed
up
to be
with it.
talking about this? Is this like an open investigation?
It is an
or
open
something?
investigation, but I think it's all. I'm not saying any names or any.
Well,
any
episode 6 is
specific
probably
thing.
going to get taken down before it even gets going here.
All right. Well,
We're
Yeah.
tampering with the.
I mean, they didn't
crime
say. They
scene
didn't say
stuff.
not. They didn't say not to talk about it. They said just thank you so much. We're going to take
now
it
that
from
your
here.
fingerprints are on it.
Yeah,
'Cause,
thank you
that's
so much. We'll take it from here.
Yeah, that's what most suspects say when they're like
we're
they're
not
trying to
involved.
throw the cops off and say, "Oh, hey, this phone was in the middle of the woods. Does this belong to somebody?" And then turns out they're the suspect.
people. They're the Well, the thing is, I don't think it's a murder investigation. I don't think that that's the way I don't know. I don't really know, but I don't think so. Like the way it's described, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so.
No, I don't think so. I don't.
think
I
so.
really don't. Yeah,
I think
know you're
so. I think
but it was
they got-
strange. It was a strange thing that happened this week.
They were
and-
biking on their bike in the woods, and then somebody jumped out of the bushes,
I don't think
attacked
that's what
them,
happened.
and then drugged
I
their
don't think it
body
is.
somewhere else, and their phone fell out in the process.
Don't think that's it.
Yeah.
But I will keep you posted. If it turns out to be it, then I'll let you know. I promise.
Right.
Okay. Because it was in your neighborhood where I found this.
No, it was
No,
not.
I know. I'm kidding. I'm not.
Jeez. I will pack up my stuff right now. I will pack it up.
Yeah, no, it was not in your neighborhood. All right, so that was crazy. I just thought it was like that. I mean, it could be the beginning. It could be nothing. It could be nothing.
It could
but
be,
it could be the beginning
but
of some sort of crazy true
definitely-
crime story, right?
Yeah, it sounds a lot like it's going to be on a Mr. Ballin episode here pretty soon.
It's possible. All right.
Yeah.
Time, speaking of crazy, just strange things, time to transition to That's So Florida. Oh my gosh. Oh, you've got something for us this morning to start with. Go ahead.
So this guy is so deserving. You know, airport security, I haven't flown in over 10 years. And I know that a lot of people get frustrated with airport security and stuff. Like they try to speed things along and do like the pre-check-in or whatever it's called and stuff. But, you know, we get frustrated with them. But they also have a lot to get frustrated with
I believe
at
it.
us. And case in point, a 43-year-old guy flew from the Netherlands
Okay.
to Seattle-Tacoma International Airport.
Okay.
And once he got there, security found a whole bunch of drugs in his bag.
Once he got- okay, so like in
over
customs.
20 pounds worth of stuff, right? And so he was arrested, later posted some bail, and headed back to the same airport with plans this time to travel to London. He was going to go
okay.
and see Big
I'm
Ben and
surprised they
everything
allowed
out there.
him to
Well,
try. Yeah.
guess what he brought with him?
All the drugs again? No, he did not.
Airport security
Wait, how did he get the
stopped
drugs
him
back?
from boarding the flight when they found drugs in his checked bag. It was more than 1/2 pound of drugs this time. So I think
So he got new drugs.
The drugs were confiscated, and then
he's like,
these were new drugs.
no worries.
So I'm wondering, it's like,
I'm
hey,
here to
this
pick
is
up more.
what is the thing? It's like 2 ounces or 3 ounces or
Yeah.
whatever of a
liquid, yeah.
It's like, hey, this counts. It's under the 3 ounces or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They're like, no. That's still
not it.
very
Yes.
much illegal. I don't care if it's,
So he went. So he stopped in Seattle, got some new drugs, and he's like, "All right,
Yeah.
you foiled this port, but I'm
Right.
not going to give up. I'm going to go to London with this."
Not this time.
Where is he getting all this money to fly? I guess drug money. I guess.
Well, I guess it's got to be drug money.
I mean, that's crazy.
But it's like he got out of the Netherlands, no problem.
yeah. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, he got through the.
Like he brought it on the
Yeah.
plane to Seattle, and it wasn't
Yeah.
until he got to customs in Seattle
That's a
that
good
they're
point.
like, "Hey,
I'd have never
look at
flown to
all
the Netherlands,
this."
and I don't imagine their security being like super.
I don't think it's great.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't imagine that. I've never been there. I just feel
Right.
like maybe things are a little more relaxed. Things are a little
Yeah.
bit nicer, maybe, because they probably
Right.
don't deal with. You don't hear a bunch of horrible stories out of the Netherlands, do you?
No,
Like, I've never heard.
Well, it's because they're all on drugs apparently,
No.
and they're just.
No, they're supplying our drugs. Let's get your facts straight. Yeah, I just kind of feel like they're probably like, yeah, it's fine. Come on through.
Yeah,
Just hop
yeah,
on the
that's
plane.
fine. Whatever. Yeah,
Like
okay.
that. We've never had an issue before in the,
Right.
in a long time. So why would I suspect anything now?
Oh, yeah.
so,
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Or they're
like
all in. Or maybe they're getting a cut.
They could be. I don't know. How all that works. But
I don't know.
Nonetheless, he was arrested on.
It seems like a long way though to go with some drugs.
That's the long game, you know. It's like I'm one of those that's like I do something, I want my money now. I don't want to have to travel.
I really thought that you were going. I was one of those, and I was like, "What do you mean? What kind of drug runner are you?" My ears perked up quite a bit. The authorities are very interested in this episode.
We've already got the FBI's on high alert after your murder investigation.
It's not a murder investigation that I'm aware of. They did not say anything about like can't talk about this. This is a very important.
Well, yeah, because
it just seemed like they were like, "Hey, yeah, this is odd that the phone showed up there. We'll take it from here. We'll notify the family that the phone was found, and we'll get it back to them." Kind of thing. That's pretty much all that it was, to my knowledge. But they did say they're investigating. It's still kind of investigations going on.
Yeah, it's still an investigation, and now your fingerprints are on that phone.
Well, I don't. What do you want me to do? I found that phone. I was trying to get it back to the rightful owner.
Pick it up.
No,
pick it up.
So if you've never walked by something on the street or on a sidewalk and thought, oh gosh, I should get this back to the.
I've done that in like a store.
Yes.
Or Dollywood,
okay,
or something like if something is dry, I'll take it to Lost and Found, but not
as if there's no criminals that visit Dollywood and stores.
There are no criminals that visit Dollywood. I don't think.
Yeah, sure.
At least none that I've encountered. Yeah. But what I'm saying, like, I wouldn't go out in the middle. I mean, I know it's not in the middle of nowhere.
It's
but
a
to me,
neighborhood.
It's like
it's not the middle of nowhere.
Remote location with no one particular place to take it back to. It's like, do you know how many times that kind of stuff is a trap?
No,
where it's like somebody is
I don't
lurking.
Because I don't
listen.
No, look, hold on.
Someone could be lurking how many behind the bushes.
Okay,
waiting for you to pick up that phone, and then they attack you.
Okay, that is some crazy talk right now. You need to stay away from your true crime episodes. It happens maybe 1 in every 17 billion times that the phone is dropped or lost.
And do you know who's going to be that 1 in 17 billion?
You, because no, it's not going to be. It's never the guy. It doesn't ever happen to the one who actually does it all the time. It's the person who never does it, but just because this one time, never does, always passes it, but thinks, oh my gosh, I guess I ought to do it this one time. Because I've never been. What are the odds that I'd be the 1 in the 17 billion? Because I never do this. That's the person it happens to.
It's still one.
That's the person it happens to. It's not going to be me who does. Because I was going to say, you guess what my rate of being abducted in the woods is, or wherever I am for picking up phones. I pick up phones and rings or money that's lost and try and get it back to its rightful owner all the time. Every time I try and be helpful. I've stopped and helped people change their tires.
Yeah.
Everything, all the things they say probably not to do because you're going to get axe murdered. And I'm sorry, so far, 100% success rate have not been abducted.
This right here, can we clip this? Because this is going to be the clip that we use in your true crime story.
Okay. All right. Fine. You can clip it. Save it. Save it for it. And I guess I'll own up to it then when I'm dead. Yeah. You can have me back on the show afterwards.
Told you so.
It'll be a great show. Here, why don't you practice right now? There you go. Hold on. Here, no, hold on. Let's see. Hold on. How do I get you?
What am I practicing?
Hold on. I'm going to get you on the screen real quick here, and then because it'll be like here we go. No, I'm not.
Oh, now you're dead?
Yeah.
Oh. So I'm speaking at your funeral? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, can't say that didn't see this one coming, did we? I told him multiple times, I warned him at length about the dangers of being nice. And this is where we are.
That's all you're going to say? You're not going to say what a great guy I am? You're not going to start with that? Oh, man, this guy's so kind and
Yeah, he was great. He was kind. He was too kind.
That was the worst eulogy I've ever heard in my life.
Too kind.
Thanks so much. By the way, you're uninvited. Just let me put this on the record. You're not invited to the funeral anymore. You've been uninvited. Oh, gosh. Hey, now we're already wasted so much time talking about this junk. I did have a story about that from That's So Florida, and it's out of Texas, all right?
Okay. Another dumb person picking up potential crime scene things.
No, it's not. First of all,
okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. Continue. Sorry.
It was a nice thing to do, and I fully expect to be hailed as a hero.
Next time.
Hailed as a hero because of all of my kindness. I'll be recognized by the community about such a nice person I am. Without being dead, I'll be one of those.
You got a phone for a dead person that can't even use it anymore. So,
no, it was a really nice thing to do. It's a very nice thing to do for the family.
Okay, all right.
All right, you ready for this?
Yes.
You also Texas story. It's
okay.
So, Flip, when you think of road rage, what do you think of?
Road rage, like what people do, you mean?
Sure, what people do and what's involved. Just what's involved in a standard road rage story
I would
incident.
say, like cutting off people, maybe giving them little gestures.
But one pretty
honking.
standard thing that's across all road rage stories are the vehicles, right? Two or more vehicles usually involved in a road rage incident.
I mean, I think that's kind of one of the requirements.
Well,
I'd say maybe no,
not in Texas.
Oh,
in Texas, y'all, road rage involves a horse or multiple horses.
What
it happened
in 1883 is happening here?
Well,
what?
I'm so glad you asked. I'm going to turn on what's that guy's name who does the?
Oh yeah.
Sarsaparilla.
I don't know.
Anyway, it happened last week in Texas, y'all, when a food delivery guy making a run in rural Texas came upon a group of men riding on horses. And those group of men on the horses, they were blocking the road so no drivers could get by.
Oh.
When the delivery driver shouted for the guys to, hey, get out of the road so I can pass by and get this pizza to this family that's waiting. Well, the delivery driver decided to take out his cell phone and get footage of all of this. Said, hey, you won't believe what's happening here in front of me.
What happened?
These horseback riders are boxing me in. They're boxing me in, and I can't get anywhere.
No.
Yeah. And so the horseback riders get off their horses. They dismount their horses.
It's game on.
Yeah. And so food delivery guy gets out of his car. And then, I don't know, I guess, if you can picture, we can't license the music, but if it's going, doo-doo-doo, whatever that kind of music. Yeah, like that's the sound. You see there's a tumbleweed that blows by. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that. And then one of the horseback guys, he gets, on the screen, if you're watching on video, you can see he's getting ready. He's got his gun on, his hands on his gun.
Oh, yeah.
On his hip.
Holsters.
On his holsters. Getting ready for an old-fashioned showdown draw. And, and the delivery guy, he's like, no, I didn't sign up for this blank. Right. And he runs back into his car, and he puts it into drive and floors it into the ditch, and he takes it off-roading. His car's now off-roading. He's like, no, I'm not into this. Yeah. He drives off the road to try and get around the horses and to try and get around the people. And as this is happening, because he didn't bring a gun to this Western fight. Wasn't expecting
pizza delivery.
No, he was expecting, I guess, to talk with the horseback riders, and the horseback riders were ready to shoot him. And so as he's flooring his car around the ditch and around the horses, old Texas horseback riders draws his gun and bang, 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 fires shots, or at least one shot. Maybe there's a little bit of exaggeration. At least one shot. At the back of his car and hits the back of his trunk and into what it hits is a frying pan that he's carrying around in the trunk of his car. Old pizza delivery guy. Why? I don't know. Maybe as a weapon for defense
Okay.
if he ever stops to pick a cell phone up on the side of the road
Sure,
and gets
sure.
attacked. He carries that
Right.
frying pan with him to
Logical.
clonk. I don't know. Anyway, so it hits the frying pan, dents the frying pan, and goes out his back seat and out, and thankfully does not hit the pizza delivery driver.
Oh my gosh.
But they're still looking for the horseback
still looking
bandits.
for these
Yeah, they're
guys?
still looking for the road blocking horseback bandits. That's the name of their group.
How?
I guess
That's
they
not the
travel
name of
all. No, I don't know.
What?
They travel all around Texas, blocking roads, just
I was gonna say, how
and
hard
causing
can it
minor
be?
inconveniences to people.
Like, how hard
what they
can
do.
it be to find these guys? But
Yeah.
it's Texas and
It's
it's
Texas.
horses,
Probably a lot of
so,
people out
I
of
mean,
Texas,
that's
yeah.
probably,
I don't know.
you know,
They've called Walker Texas Ranger to investigate.
right, old Chuck Norris.
Yeah. Let's see. And Walker was close to getting them, but he's
Yeah.
found a woman and he's now trying to impress the lady. Isn't that what happens?
yeah.
It happened in every Walker Texas
about.
Ranger episode.
Yep.
And it's like, there was no
Yeah.
woman involved to save, so he gave up the case. All right, so so that was what happened in Texas. I mean,
gosh.
it's just kind of wild.
Yeah.
Transitioning into what the what today, keeping our weird stories going a little longer. Did you hear about this? I don't even know how this can possibly happen. A guy in Arizona finally had a Lego removed from his nose after 30 years. Nearly 30 years, a Lego was stuck in this guy's nose.
What? How?
I know. I have a lot of questions about this, too. I have so many questions. How do you not realize? Now, when you go into the story, it was a Lego dot. So it was one of the very smallest
yeah.
Legos. You know, they're like a size of like what, a Pez, or maybe even smaller than that, or like a little breath mint or something. So I kind of understand that, but 30 years, and did he know it was in there for 30 years, or
like,
did they
you
just
have symptoms
sneeze
like
recently?
you couldn't breathe?
Yeah.
There's got to be some, like, you can't just have that up there. And
Well, he explained in a social media post, this guy, he goes by the name of Ben Havoc. I don't know if that's his real name or, but I mean, that kind of
tracks.
explains why he had a Lego in his nose. But anyway, he says that he shoved it back in his nose back when in the 90s when he was, a toddler.
yeah,
and
he did a lot of things.
Did he actually remember? So that's my question. It's like, so did he know? If he knows that now, did he know the whole time that it was in there, and he just now was like, I ought to get this thing out?
Right.
Or
maybe this is
30 years has been enough.
Yeah.
Or did he just now realize, and he's like, oh, that tracks, because I do vaguely remember as a child sticking things in my nose. Like, what was the story? I feel like, do you think we can reach out? We should have him on the show.
I know, if we can. There's
I'll reach out
there's
to him. I'll
more
see if I can
questions
find
than
him.
answers.
I
right
know,
now.
exactly.
I hate those kind of stories. It's
Sorry, that's
got
all I
so
can.
many-
Yeah, I'm leaving you hanging with all kinds of things today. Don't know
Right.
where the horseback bandits are. Don't know whose cell phone that is. Don't know.
Right.
It's like can't
all
talk
of
about
these
all the
unanswered
Sorry.
questions.
Well, do you have
Great.
any unanswered questions? Do you want to answer any questions today?
I don't know how to answer any of those questions.
Well, not
Besides,
those questions.
Stop
I'm saying,
being
do you
nice.
have any other? Do you have any questions that you have? What if I ask you? Oh, you go ahead. Go ahead. You were about to say something. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say Amazon. So they've been having some employee troubles,
Yeah.
we'll say, maybe. Just people getting overworked and underpaid and all that kind of stuff. And so now they're trying to get back in the good graces of their employees by offering them free 2-day shipping.
Oh man. Those
So
which is probably only going to require the Amazon workers to work harder to make it happen.
So they're giving them Prime memberships as a way. I'm like, that already wasn't
That's
part
like-
of the
Yeah.
It wasn't part of the package.
Yeah,
deal?
that's like one of the radio stations that we work for saying, "Oh man, we can't pay you anymore, but we appreciate you. What we're going to do is give you free access to maybe even like free radios."
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, here's a free radio. So you can listen to yourself.
Yeah.
Like what?
It's like
I don't know.
free time off. It's like, wait, I'm already getting that. I'm not even getting paid to be here, much less to take time off.
That could be fun. That'd be funny. It's free. Here's a free microphone to do more things with.
Right.
So you could work more.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. That's bizarre. That's not. I don't think that's gonna go over very well.
Maybe
for the
maybe a
Amazon
different
employees.
compensation
Keep me posted
plan.
on that.
Yeah.
I have so much I want to talk about, and we're already at 35 minutes. I'm looking at this, so we need to get to crazy stuff our kids did this week. Because
I'm sorry, Nana. I just realized.
Did you curse?
Yes, earlier when I was talking. You got me so worked up about your dumb butt going and picking up that phone that I said something I shouldn't have. So I'm sorry, Nana.
I do it again. My glass is half full. And I think everything is fine, and I still think it was a very helpful. I think it's a very helpful thing that I did, and I think they're going to be very grateful that it was returned, and I'll probably get a bench in the city named after me at a city park someday because they're like, this citizen has always gone out of his way to be helpful.
First of all, that's like not only girl code, but it should be bro code 101 that you do not give a dead person's phone to their family.
Well, we didn't. We didn't. We gave it to the police.
But they're going to.
Maybe they will. Yes. I don't know. That's up to them now.
You can't do that. It has to go to the best friend.
Oh, I see.
It has to go to the best friend first.
Yeah.
And only.
Yeah.
The family should not be getting that phone.
After they go through and we're like, okay. Oh, that's that one night in Vegas. Let's delete that and everything.
I know. I'm telling you, it was horrible. That's not going to bring them closure. That's going to bring them.
That's a good point.
That's going to bring them lots of anxiety.
Yeah, that's a good point. But hey, look, that's not my call anymore. Okay.
No,
I did the right thing.
It's your fault.
But I did the right thing.
For giving it.
We did the right thing.
No, you didn't.
I think so. I think we did. I think we did. So you think we should have thrown the phone further in the woods? Is what you think we should have?
Smash that thing. Smash it.
Smash it and throw it further into the woods. All right.
That can ruin lives. There are text threads probably on there that would ruin lives.
I don't think so. All right. Moving on to the crazy stuff that our kids did this week. I got to talk about this. This is...
Oh, dear.
Bobby got a real job. Another one. His second real job. He started this past week. You know, we talked, I think, last week about his interviews. He was wondering, it was 2 weeks ago, what do you do on an interview? And I was like, I don't know. Well, anyway, he got the job. So he's been in training the last week or so. And so I've been picking him up at work, and each time on the way home, we're just talking about, hey, how was your job today? And he said, oh, it's still in training. And we're watching all these videos, these training videos about, I said, walk me through some. And he said, about lifting properly. I said, he said, one is an active shooter situation training video.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
That's like new. That wasn't when I was doing things.
Right.
We didn't go through that. So that's kind of a new one. After how you're supposed to react. And he said, is that all usual that you have to watch all these training videos? He's like, it feels like forever. There's just so many. And I said, well, yeah. I said, my first job at a hardware store is like a big hardware chain. Basically, the whole first week was watching videos that, you can't lift this way. Okay, this is how you interact with customers, all that kind of stuff. And he says, oh, okay, so it's pretty normal. He said, did you have to watch the one about inappropriately touching yourself around customers? And I just go, what? That's a video these days? That's a training video?
Not at Build-A-Bear, I didn't.
I said, I didn't think that needed to be said.
Why?
And so no, I'm so happy you asked why. Because
I don't really want to know why.
No, well, I don't really know why either. I said, but the only thing I can gather is the reason why that training video has to exist is because there have been enough people. Yes, there have been enough people that have done that as employees to make it necessary to have to say that in their training procedures. Isn't that awful?
That's what I always think about that. Like when you see rules or kind of things and stuff, I'm like, why does this even
You know
need to
why?
be said?
You know why?
Like, you know it's there because
Yeah.
somebody's done it before.
Somebody's done it before. Somebody has done it, and that's why it has to be in there.
Oh my God.
So I was like, no, I can't. I about spit out my drink when he's like, oh, so is this? I thought he was going to say, oh, yeah, so you have to do the human resources one where what is
Right.
like, it's like, and maybe that's probably part of the same video, like human resources, like, what is this? This is appropriate. This isn't appropriate. But that one, he's like, I was like, wait a second, it was a whole video dedicated to that. Okay, hadn't been through that one before.
Right.
So yeah, so that's what stuck out of my mind this week for sure when we were talking about that
I am glad. Like,
times have
these
changed since
things,
the last. I mean, I haven't been through training videos in a while because I haven't started a brand new
Right.
job in a long time. Like that.
I know,
But,
that's what I was going to say. Like,
so
hearing
it's
these
been-
things
Yeah.
makes me glad that I don't have to go look for a job.
Yeah.
And it also, like, other things make me glad that, I'm happily married and don't have
Yeah.
to worry about dating all these
Oh,
crazy
my
people
gosh,
out here
exactly.
anymore either.
Yeah, they're out in the world.
Wild.
They're out in the world. And I'm out picking up their phones behind them, I guess.
think it's the heat.
Don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's that. No, that's crazy. That's crazy that happened. But
Gosh.
do you have anything that happened this week with your kids? Or
So
been a
Jace, I mean, it usually revolves around Jace. He's very much adventurous, more so than the girls ever were. Because we talked a couple episodes ago about him like scaling the tables at gymnastics and stuff like that. And now this week, he has matching bruises above both of his eyes.
what?
Like, it's almost like he's got, the real bad eyebrow, like
Yeah.
you draw on your eyebrows.
Oh, yeah.
And he got
Don't get me
it two
started on that.
separate incidents
Like a unibrow.
within like 30 minutes of each other the other day. When he bumped in, he was running around with Addie and he bumped into the hall tree when he was looking behind him. He has this bad habit of looking behind him and not
I got
seeing where
that
he's
too.
going.
Yeah.
And so he bumped his head there and then he was trying to scale the bench and he fell off of that. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like, let me set this story straight.
Look at this. I'm here to tell you the truth.
Yeah. He's
what
like,
happened.
Yeah. He's like, let me.
Hey,
Hey, Jace.
buddy.
What's happening, bud?
He's like, oh.
Are you here to tell
what?
your story? What happened? Your mom's making up stuff about you. She says that you don't look ahead when you run. Yeah?
He's like, I don't care. You see this cool truck I got?
Yeah. So how did you do the other one? How did Jace do the other one? So the one was the hall tree, not looking.
One was the hall tree. The other, we have like a bench in the, like between the living room and the dining room. And he was just scaling that, trying to get, because it's like right there under the window.
See, that's
And
why you need to get him
so
into parkour.
He was, apparently.
Yeah, he
Apparently
likes to
he's really
scale
into
things.
that. Yeah. He's-
Yeah. Uh-oh.
What?
Did he just do it again?
You don't want to do parkour? No. Okay. We won't
Oh,
do
he just
parkour.
bumped his head on something again.
I don't know.
Oh, my
It's
gosh.
like, boys are a whole different. Like, I know Laura
You
tried
say
to.
that, but just
Yeah.
yesterday, Luna, we found her on top of the Explorer, on top of our car.
The vehicle.
Yeah, the vehicle. She likes to climb everything. Yeah, I mean, not while we were driving. We were out there with her. It wasn't like she
That's
just
impressive.
like got out of the house and we were like, "Where's Luna?" And she's on top of the car. No, we were out
How
there.
did she get
we were
up
playing,
there?
We were playing. That's what I don't know. Is exactly how she scales, but she scales everything. She
She
loves
like get
to
on
climb.
the lift gate and open the lift gate and
Maybe,
just
yeah, ride it up.
going up.
Yeah. No, but she likes to climb everything. So it's not just a boy thing.
Gosh.
I don't know, but and Brittany was like, the boys never did this. She's like, they never
Really?
climbed. Yeah, they didn't, and they still
were
don't.
never
They still don't.
crazy?
They're not interested in climbing things. No.
Yeah.
They're not interested. The craziest thing they did was jump on the bed, and then Avery
Yeah.
fell off, and he's got
Bumped
like
his
a
head.
scar. Yeah, exactly.
And no
exactly.
more monkeys.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. That. Oh, she loves singing that song. She's like, I'm the monkey. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
we know
Yeah,
you
you
are
are a monkey.
Yeah, she's like,
Oh my
and she's like, I jump on the bed. I was like, no, you don't. No, you don't. She's like, yes,
No.
I do.
Not
And
today.
yeah, so but it's not just a boy thing. No, I think it's in genes. I think it's
Gosh,
something to do
feel
with your genes.
It must be. Maybe in
Yeah,
the
maybe.
genes. I don't know.
Oh no, because
He's
Brittany's
just-
like, it's you, it's your family.
Yeah, it's got to be. That's the common denominator there.
Yeah,
if the boys were fine, it's definitely going to be you.
Yeah, exactly. So was Jace just running around the house doing on his own? What's happening here? Like, all of a sudden he just came in, and now he's just here.
He's just
cool.
He wants to be where the action is.
I just think it's incredible that we did 38 minutes or so. And didn't talk about Jace really at all. But the second that we do, he shows up. So that's what I'm so curious about. Did he hear us say his name? Maybe was he waiting outside the door? Did you plan this?
I don't know. And I usually have one headphone out so I can hear when he's coming. Yeah. But I had both headphones in, so I couldn't hear it all. I couldn't hear him sneaking up. So I don't know how long he was sitting out there.
That's pretty cool, Jace. Your timing is impeccable.
That is impeccable, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. Yeah,
good job.
Speaking of impeccable, check out this truck.
Check out this Hess truck.
All right, we're already at 45 minutes. Unbelievable here again. At least I don't feel like I talked the entire time.
I know. You actually gave me a little bit today. That was nice.
Yeah, I gave you a little bit. I want to leave on this question. All right, I want to leave on a question, and I just saw somebody had asked this on social media. And I thought this is the perfect question for us as a podcast to not only ask each other, but ask any guests that we have, and that is, what makes you weird?
What makes you weird?
Yeah, what makes you weird? Like, what's the thing that you do about you that makes you weird? Like, for me, like if someone were
picking up a phone in the middle of the woods that you have no idea who it belongs to.
It was not in the middle of the woods. It was off a bike trail. It was someone easily could have dropped it while riding their bike, rollerblading, all the things. There's a lot of very legitimate explanations. I had no idea that it happened to belong to somebody that had passed away. Very sad. Right. I don't know the whole story about it, the whole incident, but either way, you're changing the story on me here. I wasn't in the middle of the woods.
I was answering the question for you. You asked what makes you weird.
No,
that's one of the things that
makes me weird. I feel like the thing that's most weird is unusual compared to others is that I'm sort of ambidextrous, that I write and eat with my left hand, but I play sports with my right hand. My right hand is like my stronger arm, and I throw with my right hand. I bat left-handed though.
Yeah.
But I play tennis right-handed. Like, I'm so messed up with, I don't know if the other word that I was going to say would make Nana uncomfortable, but anyway, I'm so messed up when it comes to that I feel like that makes me weird. I don't think many people usually either people are left-handed or right-handed, or they're fully ambidextrous.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of am the same way because I can write with my left hand too, but when I pitched softball, I was right-handed, but then playing basketball, I shoot with my left hand.
Okay, you can't steal what makes you weird.
No, but I'm saying I'm kind of along the same lines with that.
Okay.
As far as sports and everything goes.
That is strange. I mean, it is weird that is something that
it's like it's a dominant
we share in
hand
common,
in some
even
things,
though
but
maybe that's why. I mean, that's what makes us. That's why we're so weird. It seems normal to us.
Yeah.
But it's very unusual in the grand scheme of things, I think. I don't think there's many people that share that sort of weirdness. What else, if I didn't start that, and that certainly makes you weird also, but what else would you say along those lines?
I would say, God, we don't have time for all this, but I would say one of the biggest things for me is making it weird. I mean, that's kind of why I wanted to do this podcast and stuff, is to say the things, and because if I died today, there's not anyone that would know. Wait, hold on.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at that. I'm just thinking after all the crap you put me through with the cell phone thing, I'd be like, wouldn't the irony be great?
Gosh, I see. Well played. Great timing, just like Jace.
Yeah.
But if I died today, there's no one in my circle that would question or not know how I feel about them.
Yeah.
And I take a lot of pride in that. Because I went so long in my life, like, not opening up and all the things. And now it's like, hey, I'm going to send them a really mushy message just because it's Tuesday, just because something. And it's like telling people how you feel and your true feelings about them. It means so much to them, but it also helps you so much. Are you waving at Sean?
Yeah. Nice.
But I feel like, so it's, it's the name of the podcast, but it's also, to me, it's a motto, and it's kind of like a mantra, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's a challenge, I feel like, to everybody else to make it weird with your family and your friends, and they could be gone tomorrow. You could be gone tomorrow. And so you have to say the things today.
Yeah. No, that's, you're very right about that. Yeah. So, I have another answer to your question. What makes you weird? You have an incredible ability to take the ending of a very fun and positive show and just go, unbelievable ability.
It's making it weird.
No, that was really heartfelt. That was really heartfelt. And you're right. And you're so right about it all. But I did have to give you a little bit of crap about that. Hey, on that note, let's end it right there. Let's make it weird, uncomfortable, and strange. And I think we did a really good job about that. Flip, Jace, it's good to see you. He's like, yeah. I know.
Like, where's the off button? I'm turning this thing off.
I know, I'm the star of the show. All right, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, anywhere that you find this podcast. Dad, all those places. Like us and follow us in all of those places.
Howard.
Not just one of them. Yeah. All of them. But have an awesome week. We'll see you back here next week. Thank you so much for listening. We're out of here, right? Anything you want to add, Flip?
Yeah. Nope, I'm good.
All right. See ya.